Well, I think violence on television has contributed to crime. I think violence in the movies has contributed to crime. And I'm all for very serious, very strict gun control laws.
Now, what do you think we can do about this in the movies and in television? Do you think we should change our complete concept of making movies and have them as family movies?
No, I don't think so. I think we should just give the movie audience more choice than they have had.
Oh, indeed. Right now, as a matter of fact, there's about you can go from the First National Bank to the under Elm Street over to the Davis Building in the Metropolitan. By the end of this year, that'll be extended all the way into Main Place, number 1 Main Place. By 1971, when Main Place is completed, there should be about 4,000 feet of promenades to extend all the way from Field Street back to Lamar, and crisscross over to the new Holiday Inn, United Fidelity on the north, on the other side of Elm Street, and to the south to the GSA building. That means not just tunnels, but interesting promenades, lines of shops where just one level below street, but with courtyards and fountains at that level so you can see up and out in light and air.
Growing concern about lawlessness in our cities has a more paramount meaning here in Dallas this week, more than just headlines. The Texas Police Association and the National Council on Crime and Delinquency are both having conventions here. At the Adolphus, 1,250 men and women concerned with crime and its causes are hearing such people as Dr. George Beto, head of the Texas Department of Corrections, and Judge John Meade. Judge Meade told the group at a luncheon that when people speak of civil disobedience as their right, they are wrong. And other times it was called anarchy, treason, civil war. He also said we need to take a fresher look at justice today. Later, Ralph Salerno, retired chief of intelligence of the New York Police Department, discussed the problems of organized crime with Murphy Martin. At the Texas Police Association convention, I talked with Acting Director of Department of Public Safety, Colonel Pat Spear, about the problems of...
A city is a system for getting things done for people. From that point on, in introducing the first progress report of the Ponte-Travers study of downtown Dallas, the city's mayor, Eric Johnson, said the key is to make the system workable. This is the task of Vincent Ponte and Warren Travers. What the two urban consultants presented this morning in their slide presentation before Dallas councilmen, commissioners, and a general who's who of local government is a proposed integrated multi-level system of moving trucks, cars, and people into, inside, and through the heart of downtown Dallas. Discipline is a key word for planner Vincent Ponte, and doable is the other hinge. Is that private industry is and will be building these. What about cost to the city and to the people? For instance, the underground truck tunnels.
Well, now, the pedestrian system is realizable by private enterprise because private enterprise makes money when people pass through certain areas. If they're made pleasant, agreeable, and exciting environment to be in, people will use them. As people pass through, they use them like sidewalks. Therefore, they shop in that area, and there the developer makes money. As far as the trucking is concerned, that is more or less begins to be a public responsibility in the sense that you build streets to move cars and trucks. And by putting trucks underground, however, we do succeed in relieving traffic at the center. At the same time, we provide the possibility for bigger and taller buildings with less congestion, which in turn gives a higher tax return to the city.
Well, I think there's no question what we've had a lot of apathy and indifference, and people get so busy making a living and so busy in our society as it becomes more congested and more complex that it seems that there are many, a high percentage, that really refrain from getting involved when they should get involved.
There's been quite a bit of publicity lately about stronger gun legislation. Do you think we really need a stronger gun law?
We're not adverse to some type of registration of firearms. My feeling is that this should be reserved to the states, perhaps. But I doubt if this would solve the problem. It's the use that creates the problem, not the mere fact that someone has a gun. We need some system of better enforcement or better curtailment of the improper use of a gun.